Alright, let's go get started. Howdy howdy, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Sharkinbear, and welcome to the channel where today we're going to be checking out some more Tales of Iron 2, Whiskers of Winter. Now, I will say, unfortunately, there's been a lot to have happened in this last episode, and I want to go ahead and apologize for that immensely. So, essentially, our next big story beat was for us to head over to the White Whiskers and deal with the bat incursion. More or less, basically, it involved us having to go fight some necromancers. Here's the thing, I kind of messed up. For whatever reason, my recording didn't start, and I thought it did, and I ended up going there and beating in the necromancer incursion within about 5-6 minutes. And that's when I noticed that my recording wasn't going, so I've kind of blown past that little point there. But basically, a short synopsis of what happened was we met our whiskery friend over there, the heir, and the heir helped us move from the dock all the way back to the village where the hairs were at. We ended up having to do battle with some zombie hairs, essentially, beating them, and then ended up having to deal with a zombie version of the mayor, who we also ended up having to beat. Directly after fighting the zombie hair boss, we then immediately have to fight the bat necromancer that summoned him, and we dealt with that guy really fast. Like, it was really quick. It was not a very difficult fight. I do apologize that I don't have that recorded. A couple of the other things that we tackled at the beginning of that episode, or at the beginning of that, was I basically wanted to cover some things real quick. First and foremost, I finished upgrading my town. We had the stuff to upgrade our chef's hut as well as our trader's hut. If you max out the chef hut, you can actually buy some ingredients from Marco, who's standing next to it, and max out your health, essentially. So I have maxed out health now. The trader also allows you to now craft traps as well as buy a slew of items. We can now end up buying large traps. So I have a large ice trap, zap trap, poison trap, and fire trap. So that's really nice. Those are options. The other thing we did, we knocked out 2 side quests. I will tell you how to knock them out real quick because they are very, very fast. The first one is over here in the outskirts. If you go over here to the east of Winter's Edge, there's a little castle, and head underground. In this room, there's some moles that basically are looking for their Uber Eats. If you offer to find their Uber Eats, they will give you a reward. If you take a fast travel station over here to the other underground area, to the west of the farming village over here, right above the signpost on that ledge above, you'll find the snacks. Turn them in, you're going to get a whole bunch of electrical components that allow you to craft mole gear. Really nice, really fast. Quick and dirty explanation of that one. The other one we figured out is that the guy who's missing his glasses right there, he's got a vendor symbol right there. Turns out his quest is super simple. I also didn't realize how close you were to solving it this whole entire time. If we walk out the east gate of the little town right there, there is a bridge right here outside the exit. If you walk underneath the bridge, his glasses are on the ground underneath the bridge. Didn't know that. I wish I did. I actually ended up having to look up the internet to figure out how to actually get that from him. You turn that into this vendor. That vendor can then sell you a slew of items at a discount as well. 2 of those items are actually more cards that you can turn into your shaman that are also located in the rift on the far end. So right now I have all of the cards turned into the shaman right here. I'm only missing 2 to see whatever reward we get from him. And I was going to farm a whole bunch of those elemental death marches that the quest giver can give you over here in the Golden Forest. Unfortunately, I killed a couple, but then I took a quest to fight a night owl or a were owl, and for whatever reason, the were owl doesn't show up on your map anywhere, and there's no description in the quest log that tells you where to go. So I just stopped doing that. Also, it didn't seem entirely necessary after I did it a couple times. It gets kind of egregious having to chase down a boss 3 times in order to kill them. So that's where we're at. Now that we've saved these hairs, we can accept a new quest line, and we're going to start from there. So I do apologize again, but if you've been liking the Let's Play series for Tales of Iron 2 Whiskers of Winter, make sure you like, subscribe, comment down below, and let's jump into it further. So our next thing is for finding fellowship. Looks like our location is the Crimson Keep. With the Darkwing threat growing ever stronger, Arlo needs allies in the battle to come. If there's no peace in the north, they will soon feel it in the south. So it looks like we have a new quest that takes us to a different kingdom. He wants to create an alliance.
Despite all Arlo had done, the Darkwing threat was still growing. The north was running out of time. He told Leaf to call the War Council. Tomorrow they would make their plan.
Alright, well, I guess we have a new journey. Unless, oh, he said tomorrow. So it looks like we've got to go to, we got to bed. So we'll do that. Actually. Okay, yeah, we're going to bed. Let's do that.
Arlo could not sleep a whisker. He wished more than anything that his father were here to tell him what to do.
Alright, I'm back. Okay, my sound is also off for a couple of things. I do apologize. I'm trying to fix the sound. I don't know what happened, but it seems like there's some problem with my sound suppression not working, so every time I move my chair or something like that, it's going off. It's always something, right? So, anyways, looks like we're gonna hit our throat again.
The nervous chatter silenced at Arlo's entrance. He did not sweeten the truth. The Darkwing numbers grew. They would return, and Winter's Edge could not stop them alone. He called Robin forward. Arlo was raised on tales of how the North could not rely on Southern kings. But he was desperate. The Ranger was sure King Reggie would prove different.
Oh!
Ordering the council to prepare for war, they set course for the Crimson Keep.
Oh, heck yeah. We get to go see Reggie? Oh my god, it's exciting. If you're not familiar with who Reggie was actually the protagonist of the first Tales of Iron game. Oh, that's exciting. So we actually get to see what's happened to him since then. Alright, so let's get out of here. Oh, that's so nice. It looks like we start off at the docks, so we're going to make our way to the castle. I have no idea what lays in wait for us, but it's good to know that we actually get to meet Reggie. I can't tell you how excited I am for that.
Crimson Keep's dock was the greatest Arlo had seen. Robin explained it was built by master craftsmoles. He laughed, telling Arlo how ratfolk believed their king paid them by fighting huge warrior moles in an underground arena.
We have our last two cards.
The King card. A rare card indeed. Although rare, its qualities are not always positive. The Smith card. Highly sought after for its ability to change the qualities of other cards.
That's kind of exciting. We got all the cards now. What happens? Okay, so we can't go out that way. Which way are we going? To the left or the right? Can we go to the right? No, we can't go that way. The Crimson Keep is looking pretty dope, Reggie. Man, you coming up. This is a metropolis.
The king's steward, Doug, stopped them before the throne room. He started at the news of war, and then rushed away, muttering about how the armor would need to be polished.
Even said some mole machinery back there in the background.
Dennis, the king's brother, was also curious to see this northerner. Dennis missed war. He could plainly see by Arlo's expression that was the Warden's task. He hoped they could fight together someday.
So why does it sound like he's going to stop it from happening?
Arlo was nervous to meet this king. He hoped Reggie lived up to all he'd heard from Robin.
Oh, Reggie looking old.
He did not have to wait long. King Reggie was glad to see his old friend Robin was safe, and bid him to tell his tale. Robin told of the death of his son by the ferocious Darkwings, and begged the king prepare his forces to go north. Reggie was sad at the loss of Little John, but said that was not reason enough for the South to join a northern war. The king wished them well and turned to go. Arlo stepped forward, asking what the king would do when there was no Winter's Edge to shield the South. If they sent no help now, the Darkwings would not stop at their borders. Reggie listened to Arlo tell his tale. It brought back terrible memories of a father lost and a land left in ruin. A tale not unlike this young Warden's. He held out his paw in friendship. King and Warden, united, could stop any foe. The southern ratfolk would not simply leave the warmth of their homes for frozen lands they had never seen. A trial by combat would prove his worth. Arlo agreed. He would do whatever it took.
Alright, so it looks like we have basically the option to win over Reggie. We just gotta fight a couple of dudes, right? We can do that. We can fight a couple of dudes. I'll knock anyone's block off if they allow me to. Where's the signpost at? Okay. We'll deal with anybody we have to. Signpost over to... Actually, is it worth signposting? No, we'll just run over there. Why not? This town looks beautiful. I'd rather just run through it, I think.
News had spread swiftly. As Reggie led them to the tournament grounds, the streets were already full. Villagers craned their necks to see their warrior king and this strange northern challenger.
Oh, so we actually have to fight Reggie. Yeah, I suppose we could. The steward dearly loves his king and will fight bravely. Okay, so we're not fighting him. Okay, that's fine. We're gonna fight Doug.
Doug was an unlikely opponent for the first round. His small stature made it hard for him to wield a sword. But when it came to fighting for his king, Doug stood 10 paws tall.
Okay, so it's gonna be a couple of rounds that we're gonna have to fight. Alright. We're gonna... Can we, Oh! We got it so far. We're doing decent. You got this, Doug. You can do it. Sort of, but not against me. Alright. Oh, we got hit on the way back. Got it. Oh, shoot. I don't want to kill him.
Doug was no match for Arlo's superior skill. Reggie could already see this would be a tournament that they would squeak of through the ages.
Well, are we allowed to leave and come back? Okay, we are. That actually wasn't a bad one. We didn't even whetstone up for it. Alright, Crimson Keep Arena Combat Trials. We're gonna be fighting Dennis, his older brother. Okay. By the way, do they show up? They don't show up as a bestiary entry.
Dennis, veteran of the Green Ward's War and captain of the Royal Guard, would be a true challenge for Arlo. The crowd's cheers for the king's brother echoed off the arena walls.
Why are they using bombs? Oh. Oh, wow. I love that they cheer for their champion. It's always good to, you know, cheer for your champion.
Arlo was a veteran too, used to fighting monsters and darkwings with ice under paw. Dennis did not compare. Now the crowd cheered for him.
Well, that's good. Alright, so that's not so bad so far. I imagine we'll probably have to fight Dennis next. Reggie? Are they gonna make us fight the king? Yep, we gotta fight King Reggie. Oh, he's like decked out in nice looking gear. Reputed to be as great a swordsmouse as he is a ruler, King Reggie is not to be underestimated.
Arlo's final opponent was the king himself. Reggie had seen off the frog invaders almost single-pawed and was beloved by his subjects. This fight would be a tale for their times.
Oh, wow. Alright, so we know that fire and poison don't work on him. I mean, I guess we could still use fire and poison. He might not be weak to anything, honestly. There's still no entry on him. I think I'm just gonna have to make do with what we got. Oh no. Reggie. He's not what he used to be. I hate to shame him like this, but... Is this supposed to happen? I hate that we're absolutely disrespecting him, but poor Reggie. What did they do to you, my boy?
They were well matched in stature and skill. There was not a whisker between them. They shook paws in truce. No rat could doubt Arlo's worth now.
I'm not entirely
Reggie said
sure
to
that was
meet him
right.
by the docks. Together, they would wipe out the Dark Wings once and for all. Together, they would attack Mount Cauldron.
I feel really guilty about that. Like, I feel really bad about that encounter. We absolutely just disrespected the crap out of
King's
Reggie.
forces training for battle, Arlo felt the stirrings of something he'd long thought dead in his heart. Hope. At the dock, Arlo's little heart leapt again at the strange contraption. If it was a boat or a house, he could not tell, nor why it had a giant sleeping fuzzlebug atop it. From inside emerged King Reggie. He was not alone. King Reggie introduced Bertle. Arlo felt something comforting in the turtle's presence. Bertle was proud to take the army to Mount Cauldron in his bug ship. They would make camp at Highland View, where Arlo could find them when his forces were ready. In a flap of its wings and a cloud of gas, the fuzzlebug took King Reggie and his army north. Whatever tasks Arlo had to finish, now was the time. Once the war began, there would be no turning back.
Well, okay, well, that's important to note. So this is like the turning point, or the no turning back point. So it looks like we gotta make sure that we complete out everything else here before we finish off the game. So assuming we're in, like, leading into the final area, that's important to note, because there are a couple things that I would definitely like to do. But before we do anything else, I think before we head on, do that, my first stop is actually going to be back over at the Rift. And I want to journey over here to the Druid's hut. And we also have portions of the map that we have not been to yet. And I'd like to get a better idea of that as well. First things first, let's drop off these 2 cards.
With all their missing cards returned, Merlin took down the rune stone and handed it to Arlo in gratitude. Now all Merlin needed was a partner to play cards with.
Well, that's super cool. Unfortunately, there's not a card game that we could play against him. But I believe that actually makes that the last 2 runestones that we need for our chamber over there. Also, we don't know what this is yet. I guess we got some exploring to do. I want to head back to our town real quick. And what I might end up doing is working on some weapons, just in case the ones we have aren't good. If we sit down in our chair, is this going to open up the last thing we have? Fellowship of the Wing. I really like the name of that quest. That's a good name for a quest. Alright, so we're not going to do that just yet. Instead, I'm going to go up here and see if we have any parts that got turned in that we need, that we didn't claim for ourselves. So we do have the giant Death March one over there. Let's top up on our potions. And then we're going to go over to the trader, and we're going to pick up some whetstones. Also, this is Marco, by the way, where you can buy those other ingredients for the thing. Here is this vendor right here who allows us to basically craft. Oh, we can actually craft them. Nice. Craft stuff, including whetstones. And then the vendor next to him actually allows us to buy them outright if we don't want to craft them. I'm okay with crafting them. Alright, now that we've done that, does this vendor offer anything else that we want that we don't have yet? No, not necessarily. So, just to make it a point. We have fire and poison. I would like to make a level 3 of each of the main weapons, just so we have them. I'm a big fan of the lance, so I might go all in on some of the lances here. So we have fire. We need to make lances of, or spears of the other stuff. Or we can go sword. You know, I'm not opposed to a sword. So we have fire. Let's go ahead and make ourselves a lightning one. Gotta make sure we have all the ingredients to it as well. So this one makes us ice, but we need logs to get there. And that's a lot of ice damage. That's also a lot of ice damage, though. To be honest, the Guarfang thing looks pretty cool. I might do the Guarfang. The Guarfang. I'm just like, I think this is all just like comes down to preference on what the weapon itself looks like. We also have 3 weapon sets, armor sets we don't have yet. That's unfortunate. I'm gonna figure out where all that is. I think I'm gonna make the Guarfang, but I need to make 20 iron ingots. And if I remember correctly, I think we need, how many, ore? We need 10 ore. If you need ore, and you have everything built up, you can also buy the ore straight out if you don't want to mine for it. So I'm gonna go back over here to this vendor. I'll buy 20 from him, just in case we need some more. Alright, so we can make this. No. And we'll craft that. Nope. Alright, so we have fire and ice. Now we need a poison and a lightning. This needs logs. So we could probably buy the logs. Is there another poison option, though, that we have at our disposal? So we don't have enough to make that sword because we won't have enough slither tail. We do have enough to make the tail spinner sword. And then the last one we need is a lightning weapon. I'm pretty confident we have a lightning option here. The spiky stick. There we go. Alright, so now that we have all of that out of the way, I think we're pretty good on a weapon front. We have a lot of primaries. I like the primaries just because they make it quicker. But it is what it is. We'll go to outskirts. Probably going to be better off just going to the town here. And there is a safe bench right here. Let's go ahead and put it in these last
Another
runestones.
runestone in place. Arlo was nervous, his paws itching for his weapons. Perhaps when the war was over, the smith could craft him new weapons for such adventures, in a matching pair. Another runestone on its pillar. Arlo would decide later whether it was wrong to raid this tomb for its secrets, after he knew them. With the final rune in place, the ancient door opened into darkness. A faint wind rose and fell in his whiskers. Arlo laughed at his thought that something in here was breathing.
Well, about to find out, because I I only assume, and I'm assuming correctly, that we're about to have to do battle with something. We still have our fire weapon, right? That's what we're using? Yeah. I'm assuming if it's undead, it's probably going to use ice, so it might be good to fight it with a fire weapon. Oh, that's a cool boat on fire.
The burial chamber revealed both tales were true. A treasure hoard, and guarding it was the ancient Draugr Harrod Bluefang.
Fire and poison are its weaknesses. What do we have equipped? Fire and poison. Oh, shoot. Oh, no. Oh, shit. I don't like that. I don't want to fight him. Let's keep our shield up if we can. I want to make sure that we are... Can I use these in here? Oh shoot, that was fast. Oh, we hit him with a tail end of that. This is nice. Oh, we got him. Get out of that fire. Oh, come on. Oh, we finished it. We did it. First try. Please don't die to the poison right there.
A fearsome warrior, now laid to rest. More importantly, Arlo had found his treasure.
Oh, wow. Okay, so we got the whole set. Nice. Okay. I'm assuming... Wow, that is really strong. Yeah, no, we're probably going to equip all of this. Actually, you know, we're probably not going to equip the armor, but, like, it's got a lot of fire resist on there. But it's going to lower our ice resist pretty heavy. I don't know what I thought I was going to be fighting there. Oh, so the heir at Bluefang was a backstabber? Is that why he's under beasts? Or either that or he's just a beast himself. Oh, there's even a chest here. For a diamond. And a sapphire, ruby, emerald. I don't know what any of those are used for. I assume they're... whatchamacallit? Crafting recipe ingredients. I wasn't prepared to actually beat that guy on the first try. But I think we did rather well. Kind of funny that I crafted all those weapons and now I'm using like neutral weapons, but oh wow. Oh wow. That's really cool. I can see why maybe you wanted to go with the neutral weapons now. There's still some stuff I want to do on the map though. There's a lot of stuff we haven't explored yet. And some things I'm probably going to end up knocking out. So I'm probably going to call that it for this episode. If only because it seemed like even with some of the stuff that we missed early in the episode, a lot has happened. And seeing as how the next episode I put out is probably going to be the last episode in this series, I think I want to take advantage of the game itself and try to see if I can knock out the rest of the achievements and whatnot. So that being said, I'm going to go ahead and call it here. If you like the content and you want to see more games like Tales of Iron 2 here on the channel, make sure you like, subscribe, comment down below, and check out my next video where we end the series with Reggie and Arlo taking it over to the Bat Kingdom. So yeah, you guys take care, and I will catch you all in my next video. Later.